It is currently the morning of Monday, April 13th. So at this point you will have seen, or you can go back and watch if you didn't watch it. Or anyways, the first video on this channel will already be posted by the time this is posted. So you'll know that this channel is for me to document my move from the US to the UK. And every week I will be choosing a few things that I have to do in that moving process and working through them through the week, sharing them here, all that jazz. This week I wanted to start kind of gently. I didn't want to immediately toss a bunch of tasks at myself because I don't know, that just sounds intimidating. So I have 2 organizational tasks that I want to work on this week and one like major logistical task. So the major logistical task is that I want to apply for my UK visa this week, or at least do some research to understand exactly what I have to do. I think now makes sense as the time to apply, especially because I have like an estimated move date, but I don't know all of the details of the process yet. So this week I want to do some research and hopefully be able to submit my visa application. I find I'm the type of person who needs a lot of like organization in terms of like documentation, lists, all that kind of stuff. So right now I've been working off of a Notion page that has like all of the tasks that I want to accomplish for the move, but I think I want something visual. I have like a dry erase whiteboard, and I'm going to set up sort of like a this week tasks, next week tasks, and then notes area on it is what I'm imagining right now, so that I have something visually in the house to look at and be like, yes, this is what I'm currently working on. Come here, kitty. Then one of the major house tasks that I want to get started on is paring down all of my belongings that I have in my closet. So all of my clothes, but also like my shoes, my makeup, my hair accessories, my socks, I don't know, like everything that I have in my closet. This is a task that feels really daunting to me because my closet is super messy and very full of stuff that I already haven't been using for a while. And it's just like a task, like going through it all is a task that I've been putting off for kind of a long time. So I know it's going to be a lot of work. Also, like probably many people, I do find I get attached to clothes. Even if I don't wear them regularly, I really struggle getting rid of stuff that I feel like I like for one reason or another. So I think it'll be a challenge. And for that reason, I really want to cut it down into a bunch of really small pieces. So instead of having like, this week, I'm clearing out my whole entire closet, I want to have like, today or this week, I'm going to work on my t-shirts and then my pants and then my dresses, and like every single category will be its own task. That is just a system that works well for my brain. And I also find my brain really appreciates like gamification. So my plan is to make a jar and fill it with like little pieces of paper that say each task. Every time I'm ready for a new closet task, pull a piece of paper from the jar. Is that silly? Maybe, but I think it will help me a lot. So my plan for today is to prep that. And if I have time, I'll get started on closet clean out stuff this week. But also this week is my birthday, and I have some plans with friends, and then I'm also like visiting a friend this week, and I have a couple of things going on. So the main task is the visa application and the organization setup. And it's okay if I don't get super deep into any other tasks this week. Also, in terms of like personal life goals that I want to be thinking about this week, the biggest thing is in the last like few months, I have really been prioritizing movement. I find that I am much happier if I get daily movement, and also I sleep way better. By that I mean if I don't get like movement or activity in during the day, I really struggle to sleep. So I have like a system of daily like workout and activity, and I just want to stay on top of it this week. That is a pretty small focus and goal, especially because it's something that I've already been working on for a few months, but again, we're easing into things. So that's what I'll show you this week. That's what we've got going on. I also have like my regular life stuff. So I'm actually about to head out to go to work. I work at a bookstore. I also think I need to meal plan today for the rest of the week and get groceries either today or tomorrow. So a lot of little life things to balance while dealing with all of the big move stuff. That's today. That's the plan for this week. See you later. I just got back from work at the bookstore. It was a pretty nice day. It was very chill. My coworker and I did some brainstorming for a project that's coming up, which was kind of fun. Like, overall, it was a pretty nice day. It's really, really, really nice weather out right now. It's currently 78 degrees, which is kind of wild because it has been pretty chilly lately. And it's like sunny and a bit windy and just like really beautiful. So I want to try to get through my like organization setup tasks today so that I'm set up for a good week, and then I want to go spend some time outside and maybe like read for a bit. So the two things that I want to do today are clean off my whiteboard, which currently has some like old notes on it, and set it up for my weekly like task tracking. So I have a visual tracker of the stuff that I'm working on, and my closet to do gamification jar, which I already started working on while I was at work. I got to work early, so I wrote all of the like different categories that I want to put in the jar. So I just have to fold these and put them in the jar. And then I think I want to find a spot to put the jar and the whiteboard somewhere that they're like visible so that I have a visual reminder that I'm working on this stuff, but not like in the very middle of my living room. So I'm gonna think on that. But yeah, first up, I think I'm just gonna put all these papers in this jar and then we'll go from there. I'm trying to keep them from like just getting stuck within each other. I don't know how to explain that better, but they're kind of like fitting into each other a little bit because I'm folding them all the same way, but okay, that's all of them in here. I feel like this fits pretty perfectly. Like I can still reach in, okay, and grab one, but that was two. But this is fine. I'm overthinking it. This is my what to pare down next jar for my closet so that hopefully the gamification makes the super daunting task of paring down everything in my closet not horrible. One thing done. Next up is the dry erase board, which I'm gonna move into the dining room to do because I have a little bit more surface there. Okay, I feel like it won't normally be that annoying to clean, but the markers that were on there were one, old markers, which is why I bought new markers, and two, they were on there for kind of a long time, so oops. I don't want to overcomplicate it, and I can change this if I need to, but I think I just want to have this week's tasks, next week's tasks, and then a spot to like write things down if stuff comes up. I have not specifically figured out what my color coding is, but I'm doing some sort of color coding. Okay, let's start there and not overcomplicate it and just see how this works, and I can change it if I need to. Okay, I don't know if I'm gonna keep it here because I don't love that it's blocking a window, but right now I have the board and my little jar just in like a corner of my living room so that it's somewhere I can see. We'll see. I have it here for now. We'll see how it goes. I think he likes it. Okay, that is it for me for today in terms of moving, planning stuff. I know that was a very, very slow start and all I did was like set up, but I don't know. I needed a gentle ease in. So I'm gonna go spend some time outside in the sun. I will see you tomorrow. Bye. Good morning, it is Tuesday morning. I'm starting my day with a run. I'm getting out a little later than I meant to. I meant to be out running pretty early this morning, but my stomach has been feeling like a little meh. I was worried it would be rainy today, but it's not looking too bad. It's like a little bit cloudy, but it's quite warm. It's 65 degrees right now, so I think it's gonna be a good run. I do think between the slightly warmer weather and the humidity, I'm gonna be really sweaty, but that's fine. After I get back from my run, my partner and I are going to order pancakes delivered. Probably we should just learn how to make good pancakes at home, but for some reason they're just always better from a restaurant. Anyways, I've been craving pancakes. It's my birthday in 2 days. I feel like it's fair to have a little pancake breakfast. It's gonna be a slow start day. I have a few life things to do. And then I'm hoping to find some time to just sit down with my computer and research the visa application because I really want to start making progress on that. I'd rather have that done, at least like, I'd rather have a plan for that before my birthday on Thursday so that I'm not leaving it as something to do on the weekend. And then if I can get it done early this week, I'll start on my closet this weekend. I'm gonna go for a run. See you later. I'm back. It is several hours later. I had a pretty good run. I felt not awesome going into the run, which I think I mentioned because my stomach has just been kind of like weird lately, but I ended up doing better than I expected to on the run. Like I felt okay. My stomach was still kind of iffy, but I felt good. I got it done. Also, I think when I edit this, I'm planning to like post my run info just because I think it's cool and fun. And I'm a very slow runner, which I'm totally fine with. I don't mind having really slow paces and everything. So shout out to any other runners who are also very slow. Yay. But anyways, yeah, it was better than I expected, but I still felt not 100%. Also, I didn't get any footage on the run because I do not know how to film while running. And it was so warm. Like I got so sweaty on that run. When I left for my run this morning, I think it was around 65 degrees, which didn't seem like it would be super warm, but it was also really humid. We've had some like rainy weather on the forecast, so it was really humid this morning and I just got so sweaty. So yeah. Anyways, the run was good. Afterwards, I had some pancakes as like an early birthday thing, which was really nice. I love pancakes. It was just a fun treat. And then, yeah, I showered, got ready for my day, and did some work stuff and computer stuff today. And now I wanna get cozy and spend a little time researching the visa application process. My guess is that today I will encounter some like information that I need to gather or like stuff, like additional steps that I need to take before I can submit the application. So my plan for today is just to get a better understanding of what I need to do or what info I need to gather before I actually submit my visa application. Because my partner is a British citizen, I will be applying for a family visa, but that's basically everything that I know. I really don't know what that process looks like, what info I need. So again, a lot of information gathering today, and we'll go from there. Okay, I think I have done all the research that I want to do for now, and there are a few pieces of information that I need to double check or just like talk about with my partner, and then I think I'm ready to start the application process, but there are a few things I'm confused about. But also there's a lot of stuff that I learned. So I am applying for a family visa as a partner. I think we can expect to get a decision within 12 weeks. But I'm not sure at what point that 12 weeks like starts, because there are a few different steps in the process. I feel like I both learned a lot and also like I do not know what I'm getting myself into. I think I understand the time frame, which is step 1 is to submit an online application, which I think basically kicks off this process. After submitting the application, I think we have to pay the like application fee, and then also pay the health surcharge. And then after that is done, I have to go to a visa application center in the country where we live, where I will submit information to get a biometric residence permit, maybe. But basically I have to give like my fingerprints and photos. And I guess that's part of the application, but I can't do that until I've done the first online application bit. And then after submitting all of that, possibly / probably, I might have to provide additional like information or answer questions or show more or like send more documents. And then at some point I'll get a decision. I think I'm clear on the next step. Definitely have some questions. I'm gonna stop my research here and I'm gonna go cook dinner. I'm gonna make nachos tonight. I might show off my nachos if they turn out nice, but sometimes they look kind of messy, so I might just be done vlogging for tonight. This was good progress, even though it was mostly just sitting on my computer. That's like a necessary step in the process. Anyways, see you tomorrow. Good morning. It is Wednesday morning, Wednesday, April 15th. I am not at home, I'm at work, which I do have work today, but I'm at work like an hour and some change early because we don't have power at my house right now. The power went out kind of in the middle of the night because there was a really wild storm that went through Michigan. We had a tornado watch and then a tornado warning, and the tornado sirens went off in the middle of the night and woke us up, and then the power went out. And yeah, as dramatic as that all sounds, honestly, everything was fine. We had no damage at my house, thankfully. It looks like my neighborhood is okay, but there was a downed power line and power pole like kind of up the road, so I think that is what is causing the power outage in my neighborhood. So no clue when the power will come back, but I decided to come into work super early and like charge my phone, charge my watch, all that jazz, because I wasn't charging stuff last night and this morning. Anyways, I'm at work very early. Weird day. It is still raining outside. It was thundering like on my way in, so I think it's gonna continue to storm throughout the day, but I don't think it'll be anything nearly as wild as last night was. So hopefully my power comes back soon, but also like it is what it is. Thankfully our fridge was mostly empty, so there is some stuff that we're gonna have to toss, but it's not as bad as it could have been. Yeah. Anyways, in terms of tasks and stuff to do today. So I have work today, and then my partner and I are meeting up with some of our friends to celebrate my birthday tonight. And we're gonna go to Topgolf, which I famously do not like golfing, but I think Topgolf is really fun and silly. So we're gonna go to Topgolf tonight, and then I'm staying the night with my friends because I'm going to babysit for them in the morning tomorrow because they've got some stuff going on. So all of today is gonna be pretty busy, and I really don't have time to work on any move stuff today at all. And then tomorrow's my birthday, so I'm not gonna work on move stuff tomorrow either. I did end up talking to my partner last night after doing all of my visa research, and like we kind of reviewed the stuff that I went over. After talking to him, there are two major things that I realized. One, I think I was just overthinking stuff. Like after doing all the research, I was like, oh no, like I'm not sure like what information we have to gather, and I was really nervous about this like specific form that I thought we would have to submit that would require like a UK address, which we don't have yet. But when we went through some of my notes and the page together, that seems like it's possible that some people will need that form, but it's not guaranteed. So I don't think it's something that will have to be like on my initial application. So it's probably fine. I think I was just overthinking and getting anxious about like all of this stuff that we have to gather and all of the unknowns. So I think it'll be fine. I think really that was a theme of like all of the research that I did yesterday. I was getting really in my head about things being confusing, but when we looked at it together, it was really, it's gonna be fine. One other major thing that I realized when we kind of talked things through together is that I'm wrong about the time frame. So I was thinking that because of how much time like the decision might take and like how long this process can take, I thought now would be a good time to apply. But actually, I think I need to wait a month or maybe even a month and a half until it makes sense for me to apply. It is true that the decision can take 12 weeks, and like I think there are unknowns there, like if they have to get more information, maybe it takes longer. But if we get approved, my understanding is that the visa will like start working, like I will have to be in the UK within 90 days. So if we apply too early, basically I will get a visa too early, and then it won't work for me to move at the time that I want to move, if that makes sense. Like my visa, I'm not sure that I'm explaining this properly, but basically we need to time it correctly such that when we get a decision, I will be moving within the next 90 days. I think if I apply now, there's a possibility of me getting a decision basically too early, and then that would not work for our time frame. So instead, I think what I want to do is come back to this in like a month, maybe a month and a half, apply then, and go from there. Yeah, good progress on that, but also I'm just putting this task off until later for time frame reasons. Yeah, that's where I am so far this week. Busy day today. None of it is moving stuff. I'm gonna go charge my phone. I have like still almost an hour until I have to open the store, so I'm just gonna chill for a bit. I'll see you later, maybe at Topgolf. Hello, it is Thursday, April 16th. It's my birthday. It's the evening. We just got home after being out all day. We have power back on in our house, which is great. On the way home, we picked up some dinner, so I'm about to eat, and then we got snacks and also a cake. We picked up my favorite cake that I get every year on my birthday. So we're gonna have cake and snacks and watch a movie and have a very chill night, just me and my partner, which is kind of my ideal birthday setup. Also, I went for a run this morning, which was great. I feel like I got in all my favorite things today for my birthday and kept it very, very chill, which was nice. But yeah, that's it for today. Maybe I'll show you the cake. Otherwise, I'll see you tomorrow. That's beautiful.
Mm-hmm. Here?
Yeah. Ah. Oh. Did you want my help? Oh God. Yay! It's perfect. Good morning. It is Friday. I just got up and I have kind of a part chill, part housework catch-up day ahead of me. I just emptied out my fridge. I had to throw basically everything away because we lost power recently and the fridge got too warm, so stuff went bad. Thankfully, the freezer actually stayed completely frozen, so I didn't have to throw away anything from the freezer, which is great. I have groceries to unpack and put away into the fridge, and I have some cleanup to do in the kitchen. And then I think I'm gonna make myself a little breakfast and then try to just like chill out for a bit of time today. I also wanna get on my bike at some point this morning. Mostly just a chill at-home day, not too many tasks to get through, which is kind of nice. Because of my birthday and the power going out and mostly just my birthday, this has definitely been a very slow week in terms of moving tasks. So sorry to start you out with a vlog that is like mostly just here's what I'm up to and not a whole lot of moving things. I'll be working on stuff today, but then tomorrow morning I have work because I picked up a shift to cover one of my coworkers. And then tomorrow evening, I think I'm gonna hang out with my family, or at least my partner. I'm going to unpack my groceries, make some breakfast, get on the bike, and then see what I get up to for the rest of the day. And yeah, I'll talk to you later. Okay, it has somehow been a very long day, and also I've done basically nothing. I put away groceries this morning, and then somehow, even though I hadn't done anything yet, I was so tired. I took a nap. I got in bed and crocheted for a little bit and then slept for like 45 minutes, which kind of felt great. And then I got on the bike and rode my bike for a little bit, which also felt pretty nice. Did one load of laundry, and that is basically it. The only moving stuff that I've done this week was the visa research, the dry erase board prep, and the closet jar to-do prep, which is not a lot, but I forgive myself. It was my birthday week. It is what it is. Tomorrow I am kind of busy. My plan is to run first thing in the morning, and then I have to be at work at 10 a.m. And then in the evening, I'm gonna get dinner with my family. So I might post like a clip from tomorrow, but I probably won't really be vlogging all that much just because it's kind of a busy day and I'm not doing any moving stuff at all. And then on Sunday, I won't be vlogging at all because I'm also busy all day. I have work in the morning and then I'm busy in the evening pretty soon after I get home. This is basically it for my first week vlog. It feels weird to end it having not been super productive, but it can only go up from here. Next week, my priority is getting started on the closet because it feels like such a big task. I just want to get it started. I think it'll feel really good to start making progress there. Thank you so much for joining me for my first vlog, my first week of working on moving stuff. There is still a lot to do, but also there's a lot of time until we officially move, so I'm not worried about it. I will see you next week.